Good morning, everyone. So of all the fantastic things that they taught us at Strathmore, they did not teach us the power of name dropping. So I will start by dropping a few names like Executive Dean Caesar and Kellen, who are my friends. And that is for the sake of everybody who considers themselves not my friend. I know people in high places. So Chapman University in the US conducts a study every year. It's about the things that people fear the most. So in the fear index for 2023, they did a comparison between what do Americans fear and what do Africans fear. So on the list of what Americans fear was things like nuclear attacks by Russia, losing a loved one, being in poor health, so on and so forth. In the index for Africa, the things that were there was things like water, snakes, pollution and terrorism. And what I got to learn from that is, I think as leaders, for the most part, we manage fear. What do our staff fear? What do we fear ourselves? And how do we manage to harness this fear into productivity? I will not say much about what we learned because this piece of paper is proof that we learned something, so I will not repeat that. But what I will say is, I think leadership is about the stories that we write as leaders and the stories that we get to tell. And even how we change the stories that exist within our teams and within ourselves. Having said that, I just want to recognize all my colleagues, the fantastic team that we had. We had a whole ball of people, a whole mix. Whether it was Dan, who was a bit of a joker, or whether it was Sheila Munyao, who taught us that sometimes life has no filters. And we just took all that in. But I also want to recognize the deputy president of the class, mostly for successfully concluding her term. But most importantly, I want to thank the team that ran the cohort, Patricia, Change, and Papa. They were wonderful in so many ways. I think we could use words like we were well aligned, they were well organized, but I really think at the end of the day, they were just cool. They were cool. They were cool, and I know at the end of the day, Caesar, Strathmore is a business. At the end of the day, it is a business, but they did it with such grace that we didn't feel like you're trying to get money out of us. It was fantastic, and it was with such grace and such finesse that we enjoyed the entire experience. It was immersive, and it is something we would recommend, and we're very happy. And I think what I urge everybody is let's write different stories, and let's ensure that as leaders, that what this program has done for us is to then ensure that if the stories we've been writing have been stories that have not been as successful or as productive for our teams, I think we've now been equipped with the ability to write new stories and to deal with the fears that we may have. Have a good afternoon, everyone.